Is Bundee Aki the best player in Ireland right now? The Kiwi centre is certainly right up there, and he delivered another outstanding display as Connacht beat Munster in last weekend's Guinness Pro12 clash in Galway. Aki has been making a habit of starting games aggressively, and we see that in the 3rd minute here as he hammers into a tackle on Francis Saili. Winning a few metres here not only allows Aki to set a marker in his individual matchup, but also manages to bring the entire Connacht team and their supporters into the contest with an adrenaline boost. Now Aki is obviously best known for his running game, but he's also very clever off the ball in attack, as we see in this instance where he creates space for Bundee Aki Analysis. Aki's at the top of the screen here, and he's the man to keep an eye on. Rory Scannell is initially in a good defensive position with sight on Adi Lokun, as we can see here, but Aki's between the players and he's going to make an important contribution. The Connacht centre just gets a nudge on Scannell. It's illegal, but it's subtle, and it's just enough to shunt the Munster centre backwards and create space for Adi Lokun. The real strength of Aki's game is his ability to spark something in attack when it appears there's not a huge amount on. Adi Lokun's first try on 18th phase against Munster serves as a prime example. Aki gathers a loose pass and he has Peter Robb calling for width on his right. Matt Healy's also out a shot on the right. However, Aki feels that Keith Earls is going to close off that option, so he bounces back inside off his right foot. He gets inside Saili and he probably wants to straighten back out here, but Robbie Henshaw in front of him is just blocking that hole just in front of him here. So instead, Aki again steps off his right foot and he's searching for the solution. He finds it in between CJ Sander and Tommy O'Donnell. Now with two guys tackling him here, it's easy for Aki to go to ground, but he fights. Two really powerful steps of leg drive allow him to free the ball and offload deftly to Finlay Beatham, who finds Adi Alokun. The wing touches down and he actually gets a knee in his head for his troubles, but everything here is created by Aki. From the very next restart, Connacht want to go at Munster again with Foley's men down to 14 players. Tom McCartney here is the first decoy runner on the double screen play, and then Sean O'Brien is going to be really key to what follows. O'Brien's here on the second screen. Jack O'Donoghue from Munster is the key defender under stress here. He's got a big decision to make. Does he stick on Sean O'Brien, or does he worry about that backdoor option and fade onto Aki? His life is going to be made all the more difficult by O'Brien running that hard line to his inside shoulder just here. Really nice hard line. So as Shane O'Leary takes the ball to the line and draws in Scannell, we're going to see O'Donoghue bite down on that tempting decoy line from O'Brien. He's committed to the tackle here, and suddenly there's a little bit of space on his outside shoulder. Now further out the line, Saili has been worrying about the players holding width for Connacht, so there's a hole created. It's the shape here from Connacht and it drags Munster apart. Suddenly that huge space opens up for Aki. With his pace and power, he doesn't really need to be asked twice. He's going to streak upfield for more than 80 metres of gains. One quick thing to point out here is the support play of Kieran Marmion after his initial pass from the ruck. He gets ahead of the ball on that preemptive line and it's really intelligent from him, and it's something he's doing consistently well. Aki's big bust puts Munster under severe pressure and they concede a penalty coming offside. And this passage of attack ends with a penalty try for Connacht at the scrum. Aki's game is not all just about his power, and we get an example of his passing ability and vision here. Saili identifies that Ali Muldowney is going to go out the back with a characteristic second wave pass, and he decides to shoot and try and stop the ball on Aki. As Aki gathers from Muldowney, we see him glance up and become aware of Saili shooting. Aki also sees Adi Lokun, Henshaw, Healy and McKeown in space on the left, and he wants to get the ball there. He cleverly drops his hands low and he slips the pass underneath Saili's attempt at a ball no tackle. It's just so intelligent from Aki, and it allows Connacht to attack that wide left channel. Really skillful from the Connacht outside centre, and an illustration that he brings more than just barrelling runs and big hits. Aki sustained what looked like a nasty knee injury coming into the final quarter of the game, but he refused to allow the knock to slow him up. We see him smash Ian Keatley here after Munster think they've regained the restart, allowing his teammates to barrage beyond the ball, and there's Aki scooping it up for the turnover. At this point he looks spent. We see him on the ground, he's clearly struggling, and there's no doubt Pat Lam is urgently getting the message down to get Aki off the pitch. On comes the Connacht physio, as we see at the top of the screen, and he's trying to chase Aki up the pitch almost as Aki gets back to his feet and tries to get back into Connacht's attacking line. The physio looks like he actually tells Aki to go to ground just here, but Aki ignores him and he gets his head up scanning for opportunities. We see him search out that space and he identifies it wide on the left. Now Shane O'Leary is coming across from the right and usually would be the first receiver here, but Aki pushes him out the line and Connacht go up the guts for a phase, but there's Aki as the first receiver. Dennis Buckley plays scrum half and Aki is that first receiver. It's an example of Connacht's ease at changing roles within their structure. Aki fades off after his pass. Again, he looks spent, but then he realises that Connacht's 2-4-2 shape needs a first receiver. He pushes upfield here for one last contribution. That refusal to give up has been typical of Aki's time at Connacht. He's been the key signing and the key player for Pat Lam, and he's certainly among the very best players in Ireland. Perhaps most importantly, Aki has bought into the Connacht culture and truly led it off the field. His Super Rugby success with the Chiefs means he expects to win. In return for his commitment, the Connacht supporters have accepted Aki as one of their own. As Lam put it, you can truly say that boy is a Connacht man.